Okay, we're looking at limits. I have the limit of x squared as x approaches 4 is equal to 16. But we're focused in on the definition of the limit. And I'm choosing a specific epsilon here, and we're going to let it equal 0.1. Here's our function f of x is equal to x squared. And I'm basically kind of plugging it into our definition. This is x minus c, and c happens to be 4. And here's our f of x, which is x squared, and it's minus our L, which in this case happens to be 16. Now I am choosing a particular epsilon, and we want to find a delta. So what you're going to do here is you're going to unravel this piece here. And I drop the absolute value bars, and I'm basically here going to be solving for x. So bringing the 16 over, square rooting it, and of course remember it's plus or minus, but we're just going to be working with the plus. So we have x is less than the square root of 16.1. And then remember we drop the absolute value bars, we have to flip the sign and then make this piece here negative. So I'm solving for x again, and remember we always square root both sides, right, plus or minus, but I'm just working with the plus here. So we have x is greater than the square root of 15.9. Now I've got a delta here, which is equal to 16.1 minus 4, and the red delta, which is equal to this. And let's see here, I'm going to go ahead and plug this into the calculator, and we get 0.01252, and I'm doing the same thing over here. Now let's look at a graph so you can get a better idea of what exactly is going on here. Okay, so here is where the C is located, and this, as you can see here, is the blue delta, which is the 16.1 minus 4. Let's go back up here. That would be this guy here, which remember was equal to this number. Now this delta represents the difference in here, this blue line. The length of the blue line is this number here, which I've approximated up in the top, and then this delta, right, is this red line. So 4 is here, okay, and we come out in this direction, which is the square root of 15.9. Now I want you to look at this. You can clearly see that this red line is longer than the blue line. So we're going to be choosing this delta right here. Now it's been exaggerated in the graph, but you can see that the red delta, which is 0.01252, and the blue delta, which is 0.01248, is a smaller number. It's smaller, but not by much, but it is still smaller than the red delta. We're going to be choosing this delta. This is the delta that we want to choose. We want to choose this delta here. Now, remember that we must be staying between here and here. If I were to choose this to be our delta, then that means that I can come over from 4 here in this direction, okay? I can come over this direction, this delta, which brings me outside of this line right here, right? That number would be greater than the square root of 16.1, and therefore we can't have that, because then that means that we are going to be outside of this interval here. So all the deltas that we choose, we have to stay inside, okay, of the interval between this line and this line right here.